Hi, this is Ian Berry. I'm a cricket fan, a long-standing cricket fan, played for many years. So I'm really interested recently with the appointment of Brendon McCullum as the coach of England. England have had their worries, I think only winning one test match in the last 17. In Brendon's first press conference, he quoted the former England selector Ed Smith, and I thought it was a very interesting insight. Let me read what Ed Smith said and as quoted by Brendon. Athletes and sports teams waste huge space and energy on external motivators, mission statements about trying to be the best team in the world by 2057, blueprints for global dominance, strategic flowcharts about key performance indicators. In fact, if every sportsman tried to be the best he could be, and he attempted to behave decently along the way, you pretty much summed up every available optimal strategy in one simple sentence. I love that. As you probably know, if you've watched any of my videos or read any of my articles and so on, you'll know that trying to make the complex simple is something that I'm passionate about. I enjoy. It takes a while. I'm curious about it, but I think this is a great insight, this idea that people being the best that they can be and behaving decently. It doesn't get any more complicated than this in your workplace. Now, I've been thinking about this since I heard Brendon McCullum say this last week, and I've come up with I think 3 places to start. The first is to get a shared view. Now, if you're not familiar with shared view, I'm going to put a link in the post that accompanies this video that will help you with that. But shared view is about, you've got your view and I've got mine, but the most important view is ours. There's always a third alternative. And I think in today's world, we need a shared view more than ever around the purpose of the organization. We need a shared view around the purpose of all the roles in the organization. But equally, we need a shared view on the outputs, potentially, for each of those roles. Then we should be leading people to it. Maybe there's a role for leadership that we'll come to in a moment. We also need a shared view about how people are inspired to feel valued. And we need a shared view about whatever else might be non-negotiables. I'll put some links to Frederick Lau's work about reinventing organizations that'll show you some of the ways that you can potentially look at. I think we need to build in people being the best that they can be and behaving decently. We need to build that in to all of learning and development. And we can do that in a number of ways. We can make sure that all of our recruitment, all of our onboarding, everything we can do to engage people, everything we do to retain people has all got to have a focus of people being the best that they can be. There needs to be a lot of reflection on this in all pre-work as well as post-work for all learning and development activities, whether that be a class, a course, or whatever it may be, because we know from Dr. Brendan Peterson's research, we know that more than 76% of the success of anything happens before and after the event, with 50% happening afterwards. Now, the third area that I think we needed to really reimagine, and that is to totally redo leadership, redo management as well. Because I think much has changed in the world of leadership and management. Way back in the 1990s, I declared people management dead. People thought I was mad in those days. I see no reason to change my mind, and people don't see me as mad anymore. But there's further reinvention to do. Today, most teams can lead themselves. They don't need bosses. 21st century leaders are mostly coaches and mentors and advisors, facilitators, conversationalists, adjudicators, moderators. Everything's changed since the pandemic and all the various ways where those so-called hybrid work has come into play. I'll put some links to some resources that will help you to really zero in on this, because I think that if you and your business, whether you're running a large company, a small company, or whether you work for yourself, focusing on people being the best that they can be and behaving decently is an excellent strategy for your future. I look forward to seeing you next time.